What are the key endgame strategies after the martial attack? Have you ever wondered what happens after the intense battles of the martial attack in chess? This opening leads to exciting positions, but the endgame strategies are just as important. Let's break down the key strategies you need to know after the martial attack. The martial attack is a dynamic gambit in the Ruy Lopez, where black sacrifices a pawn for active piece play. After the initial chaos, the game often transitions into an endgame. Here, black's compensation for the pawn comes from better piece activity and pressure on white's king. For black, it is vital to keep pieces active. Avoid unnecessary exchanges that could relieving white's defensive pressure. On the other hand, white's main goal is to consolidate the extra pawn and neutralize black's attacking chances. White should look for favorable exchanges to enter a winning endgame. Now, let's talk about some key features in the endgame. First, consider the pawn structure. Black's pawn sacrifice can lead to weaknesses that white should target. White aims to exploit these weaknesses while keeping black's pieces from becoming too active. Next, piece activity plays a significant role. Black's compensation often relies on keeping pieces on the board that can create threats. In the endgame, black will want to maintain active pieces to harass white's pawns or king. King safety is also essential. In the endgame, white's king usually becomes more active, helping to convert the material advantage. Meanwhile, black's king may be restricted due to pawn weaknesses or lack of space. So, what are the typical endgame plans for both sides? For white, simplifying the position is key. Trading off black's active pieces reduces counterplay. White should also focus on creating passed pawns or using the extra pawn to gain a winning advantage. Controlling key squares is critical to prevent black's pieces from infiltrating. For black, maintaining piece activity is crucial. Black must avoid passive positions and keep pressure on white's weaknesses. Creating counterplay is essential, even in the endgame. Black should look for tactical chances or targets in white's camp, such as isolated or backward pawns. Coordinating pieces to create threats is also vital. In the context of the martial attack, the endgame often favors white if they defend well. The extra pawn and better structure give white an advantage. Therefore, black players must remain as active and avoid passive endgames. White players should focus on solid development, timely exchanges, and gradual simplification to leverage their material advantage. Understanding these strategies will help you navigate the transition from the sharp middle game to the more strategic endgame phase effectively.